What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well today. Ooh, it is a hot one. I think it's 80 something degrees, 85, 86 degrees. Man, it was close to 90 earlier. Man, it is warm. Yeah, I just wanted to drop a little video. I had posted some old videos of a couple some Nood dogs recently. Some may know that's mainly what I used to run in the late 90s, early 2000s, all the way up to, I don't know, maybe it's 2000. Goodness. When I got out, actually, even after I got out, I still had a few that I kept around. But I ran those dogs. I was pretty good friends with old Mike Norrod, Iron Mike. Mike was a character, I tell you. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. He's I don't know, but he was a pretty good guy once you got to know him and knew how to take him and not get offended at everything he said. He was full of knowledge. I mean, that man knew these dogs. He knew American Pit Bull Terrier left and right, and he was especially knew those old family red-nosed dogs. But I didn't get too many from him. I got most of mine from Backwoods Pits. There again, him and Norrod they were pretty good friends at one time, but they had a falling out. And I don't know. I heard both sides. I don't know. I kind of stayed out of it. I was friends with both. But I bought one. It was a Boudreaux dog. Mike had a lot of the old Boudreaux stuff too. The Boudreaux's check. It went back to Ox and back to Bose. So the old stuff, the old buckskin red stuff. But back to just the straight Norrod blood. Yeah, man. It was basically Wise's Maximilian. He was Wise's Maximilian bred to Wilder's Mitzi, and that's what produced Iron Spike, which was bred by Clarence Yates. And then you had this foundation female, of course, was Iron Taffy, and Taffy was Maximilian bred back to Bentley Susie Q, which was a Williams and De Cordova breeding. Vera Frazier, that was her dog. And then that's kind of how it was Mike and Dan. You had Iron Mike, and then you had Dan. They went by the Iron Man. And they were brothers, Dan being the elder. And then after Dan got out, health reasons, Mike completely took over. But then they had some of the famous dogs: Iron Bobcat, Iron Bear, Iron Coco. One of my favorite dogs, Muhammad Ali. I remember seeing him in the Stratton books. Man, I thought that was one good-looking dog. That's kind of what got me into finding those Ironline dogs. I started on the Stratton's books, and I started looking, and that's how I came in contact with Backwoods Pits. And then later on, I got in touch with Mike, and then we became acquainted. But yeah, they were good dogs. They were real good dogs, strong dogs. Some people don't consider the Red Devil stuff old family red nose. I did. I mean, it's as much old family as any other ones, and they were always the power line of the old family. If you had your Hemp Hill dogs and others, even the Jim Williams stuff, which you didn't find it too much, but you had your Hemp Hill Klaus stuff that the Red Devil Maximilian stuff put the power into the lines. They were good dogs. I miss having that blood. Actually, I got my hands on some recently, but it just wasn't the same. It had a lot of that red boy in there, and I was as good a dog as Champion Gambler was. I just didn't like what I saw coming off of him. I don't know. I mean, there again, if most people don't know, but his mom and daddy wasn't the best dogs. I posted a picture of Moret's Bud, and I mean, he had terrible conformation, but I know a lot of things about him too, and he wasn't that good of a dog. He was bred in Canada, and yeah, but Gambler, that was a bulldog. He was all bulldog. I'm not saying everything come off of him was garbage, but a lot. You know, back in the day, I wasn't a big fan. I liked the straight blood. Like I said, the Bobcat, Iron Bear. I had a lot of that stuff, and I liked it. I mean, I had most of mine was coming down off of the Ironline Yankee, which was a son of Bobcat bred to Iron Red Ruby, and some of mine was crossed back into the Boudreaux's check blood. But yeah, it was a good dog. They were good looking dogs too. But I just had a hard time finding it without the Gambler stuff in there. And like I said, that's no people that maybe still have it. There's no disrespect to the Gambler, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I know that's a good dog, and he threw some good looking dogs too. He was an all around champion. I mean, I don't condone anything illegal, especially not these days. But he was a champion there, and he was a champion in the show ring. Him and Duchess were the only, as far as I know, two all-around champions ever. But I mean, there could have been more. But Mike passed away, and yeah, that was a sad day. I had actually talked to him about 2 weeks before, and he told me he wasn't doing too good. So, and it wasn't long after that I heard that he passed. I talked to Lynn right after that, and I sent her a card and gave her my condolences. But yeah, as far as the dogs, man, those were good dogs, and real good dogs. So if you can get your hand on any of that stuff, hey, hold on to it. I haven't been able to find any of the, like I said, without Gambler or some added Red Boy stuff in there. I ain't been able to find it. I'm sure it's still around, but Mike, later on in the years, he was picky with that stuff. He would, I mean, I considered us pretty good friends, but he wouldn't let me have any of it. No. Oh man, he actually told me before he passed he was gonna make me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I figured he was gonna offer me some of the old straight blood, but we never got that far. He passed away before that could ever happen. But man, if you can get your hands on some of it, it goes real good with the Eli stuff. Real good. I mean, I had it crossed with some Eli blood, not necessarily. We had Mike blended it. He blended it with the Bow stuff, but he also blended it with some Eli blood coming through Patty Boy, which was a littermate to Rascal. So Negro and all them, but man, they were good dogs, real good dogs. But I actually had an old yard video. I wish I still had it. I could have converted it to DVD, but I've seen somebody post some on Facebook. They were some of Mike's dogs. I think it's the Resco Kid and Little Red and some of those dogs. I think he even had Gamble on there a little bit, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to share a little history on them, and I mean, I didn't get too deep, but I will add this. Like I said, I'm gonna make it very clear: I do not condone anything illegal. But Ross's Red Devil is actually, his registered name was Creed's Iron Dusty. He got the name Red Devil. They were doing a contest with him, and his opponent said, "Get that Red Devil off my dog," and that's how he got the name Red Devil. I guess after Cappy Ross he got him. I think he was already like 8 years old before Cappy got him. He was bred by Frank Creed. And Freddie Creed was a well-respected dog, man. And when he got out, he gave half his dogs to Floyd Boudreaux and half his dogs to Palmer Combs. If anybody's familiar with some of them Combs dogs, like Combs Nitro and some of the others, but anyways, yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that a little bit, and but I hope everybody is having a good one, and y'all take care.